Welcome back to News Geelong. Each year the Geelong region recognises Youth Leadership Awards. Meryl Friend has more.
We're here at the Alfred Deakin Library on the waterfront, and we're able to acknowledge the youth of today with the Geelong Leadership Youth Award, presented by Deputy Mayor Councillor Cameron Granger.
A great honour that Richard Miles has done in allowing me to present these awards today. Richard is overseas representing the government, so couldn't be here, but he is the one who initiated this award ceremony, and very importantly it recognises young leaders in their formative years at schools to recognise that it's not just about the academic achievement, whilst it's very important, it's about how you go about that and how you interact with your peers. So these are kids that have been nominated by their schools as leaders in their communities who will then go on into the greater community and be leaders in Geelong and Australia.
I went to St Margaret's in East Geelong, and grade 6 was a pretty amazing experience, and yeah, I learnt a lot of values and it was a good year.
Why do you think you've been nominated for this award?
Because I've got leadership skills, that's why I've been nominated for it, and I take responsibility for my actions, and I know,
So where are you off to for high school?
St Joseph's College in Newtown, yeah.
And do you think you might be taking on some responsible roles there as well?
Maybe, yeah, if I apply for them, maybe, yeah. Hope so.
And have you got an idea of what you want to do when you leave school?
Maybe tradie, I don't know really.
And why do you think you got this award?
Because I'm a good leader and I've had a lot of experience in primary school, being school captain, and it's very honoured to get this award.
And so next year, Year 7?
At Sacred Heart.
And what do you think you might do when you leave school?
I want to be a leader and I want to be recognised a bit more.
You've got this award for Year 11, and where are you?
Clonard College in Geelong West.
And Year 12 this year, another big year. How do you feel about this award?
Pretty proud. It's a big thing for me, so yeah.
And what do you think the qualities are that you have that have led to this award?
Well, I did have a lot of official roles, but then there's not official roles that go unnoticed, that just helping out other people and making a difference in the school community.
Okay, so the future, what does that hold for you, do you think?
Hopefully I get into uni next year at Ballarat. Hopefully a double degree in business and sports management.
From the Alfred Deakin Library, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Over 4 decades at the South Melbourne Parish, a dedicated minister to the disadvantaged, a star media performer, Victorian of the Year, a builder of communities, and an orthodox, if unusual, Catholic priest. Father Bob Maguire has always been a breath of fresh air.
The popular Father Bob Maguire has been forced to retire after over 50 years of service, and 40 of those being in South Melbourne. We're able to have a word with Father Kevin Dillon about this situation. We're just wondering if you could give us your insights into the forced retirement of Father Bob Maguire.
Well, actually, I was talking to Father Bob just the other day. He was out walking the dog just prior to his final mass, and he's pretty upset. I think the thing that's been difficult for most people looking on from the outside is to say, well, we are very short of priests. Why couldn't this man keep going on? Obviously, the Archbishop and his advisors would have their own perspective, but just as a fellow priest in the diocese where there is a chronic shortage of priests, one would have hoped that he could have continued as long as he was certainly not doing any harm to the people around him, and his history would seem to be anything but that. He's done nothing but enormous good for so many people over many, many years.
He seems to be beloved by so many and certainly still capable of contributing a great deal.
Oh, look, I think we look at his many media appearances, and you could say he hasn't in any way diminished in his energy, in his insight, in his ability to express himself sometimes in no uncertain terms. But the thing that has remained consistent is his total dedication to the poor and the underprivileged, particularly within his area, but beyond that as well. And I certainly hope that in some shape or form he he's able to continue that, because he's been a real beacon of light for all of us. And one of the things I said to him the other day was, just as a fellow priest, to say, thank you, Bob, for the image of priesthood that you have conveyed to really the whole of Australia in many ways, at a time when our image has not been all that good, sadly, tarnished certainly by just a few, but nonetheless it's done damage to us all. And Bob has just been such a beacon of integrity and dedication and Christ-likeness.
From St Mary's Basilica, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Information, support, friendship are some of the outcomes that arthritis sufferers will enjoy by becoming involved with Geelong's newest arthritis support group. Meryl Friend has more.
Arthritis is often a disease we consider is an elderly person's disease. However, younger people who are at working age are afflicted as well. There's a new group in Geelong called the Arthritis Support Group. We're able to speak with the founding member, Janine Fisher, and also founding treasurer, David Rush.
We've started a group in Geelong to hopefully meet the needs of people in the Geelong area with a musculoskeletal health condition, to hear their voices, get together and identify some of the shortcomings in the services that are available in Geelong.
Well, generally it is an older person's disease, as people believe, but you're targeting working age people.
Yeah, traditionally these sort of groups have been, or support groups have been organised where perhaps, there's a group of older people who may get together during the day and, have a chat and that sort of thing. And younger people who have the condition, and are still trying to continue working, haven't been able to get to those groups and meetings. So we're holding it at 7 o'clock at night, so we can include the younger people as well.
And families and carers are welcome to come along as well?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important, if you're going to get a good picture of what it's like living with a musculoskeletal condition, that you include those people that are closest to them and hear their voices as well. And they've probably got a really good idea of sometimes what's not available to help their loved ones.
Early 30s.
And what were some of the signs that you were realising something wasn't quite right?
Being a typical male, you just sort of let things go and you start to ache, and it would really come to a crunch when I started dropping power tools.
Right. So what trade was that?
I'm a cabinet maker by trade.
And so that meant that you couldn't continue in that field?
I let it go for so long that, the symptoms were pretty bad, so I needed a bit of a holiday. So I ended up having 8 months off, which has got all the joints and everything back into perspective, and everything's pretty good now.
So there is hope for people?
Oh, of course, there's always hope. Yeah. It's just a matter of finding the right services.
Well, the best thing to do is you can call me on my mobile number, which is 0415 282 130. Yeah, that'd be great. Love to hear from anyone.
All right, so Thursdays, and what's the location?
We're at the Highton Recreation Hall, which is on the corner of Montague Street and Barrable Road in Highton, just sort of opposite the tennis courts there.
Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. As we go to a break, we will return with sport and weather here on our Wednesday edition of News Geelong.